Hi guys, it's Becky with Becky Selman's Art Studio. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna do another Selman Spiral today. And I want to do them on all reds like a flame. So I'm gonna try to do this. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're gonna try. So I've got a whole bunch of reds, different color reds. I have not even thought about how I'm layering it. And I may just puddle it out, puddle after puddle. Not on top. I may just random puddles. And then, like puddle in different spots and then do it. Because that's what seems to give me better consistency in these drags. So, I'm going to try to do dark reds and then light reds, and then even lighter reds, and then some metallic red, and then some yellow on top of that. And then maybe I'll put some aqua color shift, aqua flash on it. I'm not sure. But you know how some, like the hot part of the flame is blue. Anyway, we'll just see. I might have some metallic blue. Maybe that might work. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to start in the middle. And if I have added some pinks, it'll be fine. I just have to make sure that all of my puddles stay on my towel. I think that's permanent Alizarine. And then we have burgundy, which it really doesn't look like different, but it does have two different colors. Then we have not real sure, can't remember what this color was in this bottle because it's almost gone. Sorry about that. I'll find the colors and put them in the description. I've got a label maker, a handheld label, labeler, and I really need to start labeling my bottles so I know what I'm using when I use it. This is Global Colors warm red. So it's kind of like an orangey red. It's a really pretty color on top of these reds. I should have started with a little bit of a brown on the bottom to give it a little contrast, but okay, I'm already starting to lose it. So we're gonna bring it, come on, get it to move. We're gonna spin it that way because I've got a natural tilt in here somehow, and I'm not exactly, that was great. Sorry about that. I hit my camera. So I'm just going to tilt it a little bit that way. Then I'm going to move it again. Just ever so slightly to turn it that way and get that paint coming this way because I'm going to add more colors. I usually end up adding way more color, way more paint than what I actually need. As you can see, Lulu, Get off of that. She's being ornery today. Moving my camera. And then we've got some red flash that I'm just kind of moving here and there and everywhere. I'm just trying to see if this works a little better. I think I've got enough paint on. I am going to add a little white here just to get it to move. Yep. It's looking like the right thing to do. Cap. Now I'm going to add little splotches of yellow. And I might totally just mess this up with the yellow, but you know what? I'm just going to drizzle it. How about that? Let's see if that does anything. I think that's going to do good. Now, I have to find my drag, which is here on the other side, because I did the heart, which was amazing yesterday. I was very pleased with that. If you saw it, pictures in the groups that I posted it in, it was very pretty. So, yeah, we're going to spin this out. I'm going to drag it. Then we're going to spin it. So I always start from the outside in because I can make a perfect center dragging it from the outside in. I haven't had any luck doing it from the inside out, but I am going to work on that. But I found that this is pretty cool if you just kind of, and if you just hold your hand here and then just find your line again and just trail inside that line, which you will lose some movement. That's okay. But I'm not had to move my hand yet. These aren't really thick lines. I'm not trying to make them real thick. Just trying to drag that yellow color. If it'll drag. Through the other colors. Which it's, you know, it's doing some things. I am having to tilt the dragger in towards the center. If you don't drag your hand so heavy onto the edge of your spinner, you'll be able to move your arm in closer over the tile so you can get the center drag back under your hand. You don't necessarily have to, but it does make for a cleaner drag line if you can keep your hand centered over your drag pin or your embossing tool or your straight pin or your whatever you're using to drag through the puddles. You're just trying to get a big enough thing into a thick enough line to drag the colors and keep the colors dragging through to make a trail of color. You know, you don't want it to stop halfway through the colors, because you actually will lose your line that you've dragged. And then you'll actually have to find it again with your eyes. Okay, so I have done the drag. I do see something on the top of that is dry, and I'm not happy. And I'm fixing to try to pull it out. This is a paintbrush that I've been using to kind of correct things if I can. So I've got that done, and let's spin it. So I crank this sucker up to give it a good swish. And I don't know what that clicking is. As soon as I get done with this, I'll have my husband check it out. And I bet it's foil. I bet that's what it is. Anyway, so I've done this. I've spun it that way. But you really want to spin it the other way too. You may like that position, that composition. But it's better to get what you can get of your paint off, especially if you're not using mix. If you're using like something that'll crack, you really want to spin off as much as you can to make it as thin as you can, so therefore you won't get cracks. Because I have found that I'm a sucker to watch a piece dry. So every hour, 2 hours, overnight, I'm constantly coming back and forth looking at the drying to make sure there's no bugs, there's nothing that is dropped out, the dust. Constantly coming back in and out to watch the drying time and the results of the drying. And I've noticed that with these drags, that as it's drying, you can actually see the divots of where you drug your tool through the paint. And if you use something that is prone to cracking, in theory and in my head, I would think that those divots would be the first place to crack, if it's going to crack. So you're going to want to use something that you know is not going to crack, but you're also going to want to thin that layer of paint down on your canvas or your tile or your substrate or whatever you're using, because of the fact that those divots of where you drug it may just crack. May crack. So I do end up using way more paint than I normally need, than I have to. But to me, it's a better safe than sorry type of fail-safe. That is the finished product. I think that looks really good. I think that looks really, really good. Let me know what y'all think. This is the Selman Spiral. Created this November 5th of this year. Playing around with my pottery spinner. Sorry, I was dragging the paint. Good thing about mix. Oh, all of my paints are mixed 7-to-1 ratio with mixed pouring medium. If you're in Canada, you can get mix from me through BeckySelmansArtStudio.com. If you're in the United States, you can email Krista Rasmussen at, her email address is Krista8974@gmail.com. She's a super awesome lady. Love her to death. Love her product. It's amazing. Don't have to worry about consistencies with her products. With her pouring medium. Transparency is amazing. Just all around great pouring medium. For any type. I have yet to come across any type of pour that you can't use it with. So, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to my channel where you can see more of these and other techniques that I do. I do try to teach a little bit about each technique I use. So, yeah. All right. That's it. That's all I got. Have a good day. Bye now.